This video is part one in a two-part series discussing the capabilities of the KCSG Tools for Kartra Membership Customizer, which is a pro and agency level feature. In this part one, I'm going to give an overview of the basic process, the custom home label feature, which lets you rename the home post, the redirect URL feature, which allows you to have the home post go somewhere else. One example of which is if you want to have custom home posts for different membership levels, you can use this tool for that. And then the last part in this video will be the remove banner box borders feature. And then in the second part, I'll go over the mechanics of using the color customizer for changing the color palettes in the membership area. So first of all, to open the customizer, assuming you've already got the plugin installed, go to the KCSG Tools for Kartra icon in the address bar, click that, and click Membership Customizer. That will open the Membership Customizer. If you have any settings saved from a previous session, you can cut and paste them here and click Load Settings, and it will load all of the settings as of how you had them when you saved the settings. There's a Save Settings down here at the bottom of the page. When you click Copy Settings to Clipboard, it'll save all the information in a format that you can reload up here in Load Settings. So we're just going to start with everything clear. You can go through and make your changes. When you have all of the settings the way you want it, you come down here, click Copy Custom HTML to Clipboard, and then you will copy that custom HTML to a custom HTML block at the bottom of every page in your membership area. Unfortunately, there's no way to set it once. You have to copy the customizations to every page in your membership area. So the first option is customizing the home post. So as I mentioned, we can change this label for the home post, the post that members land on when they first log in to the membership area. So if I say, let's say I want to call it the introduction instead of the home post. So now I just come down here. Well, first let's look at the settings, and it says that it saved the settings. I'll pop open a notepad, and that's a very simple set of settings. So if I paste this into the load settings, so I'll just go to a new settings. I've cleared what I put in before. If I copy in the settings and click load settings, it restores everything to how I had it before. So now if I get rid of this and say copy custom HTML to clipboard, it generates a bunch of code that will customize the membership area. So if I go in here, this is a custom HTML block that I added previously. If you don't have one yet, you can come down here to where it says custom code, and this is the kind of block that you want to include. So I'm going to select everything that's in here and replace it with the customization code from the membership template customizer. And if I go over here to a window where I have the user logged in, if I refresh this, I have to save my progress because I didn't actually save out the change. Now if I reload, so now my home post is now called introduction instead of home. If I change it to welcome exclamation mark, copy the code, go here, Oh, and here's an example showing, just to make it easier to find the customizer code. In the membership edit area, it will show this message, KCSG TFK membership customizer, and then the code customization version, and then the date and time at which the configuration was generated. So I'm kind of breaking the rule a little bit here, but you want to have the same version of the customization code on every page. This lets you look at the date and time stamp on each page to quickly verify that you have the same version on each page. So now if I edit this, I'll select the code and replace it. Save progress. Come back here, go back to the home post, and now it says welcome. Okay, and the next feature is to redirect the home post to a different URL. So whenever the user lands in this home post, they'll be sent to a different place. So what I've done for this demo is I've just set up two different home pages. I've created custom homes called Level 1 Home and Level 2 Home. And I have two different users set up for this demo logged into different sessions. So what I'm going to do is one of the demo users has a tag assigned and the other demo user does not. And I'm going to set the home page for the user to be dependent on whether the user has the tag or not. So I've got this level 1 home, which is post 96. Sorry, level 1 is there, which is post 95. Level 2 is post 96. So I've created a dynamic tracking link that looks for the tag, and based on the presence or absence of the tag, redirects to either post 95 or post 96. Now, I just used one link, which can go to up to 2 different pages, but by chaining tracking links, you could have up to 3 tracking links to go to 4 different custom home posts corresponding to 4 different levels you can assign to a membership. So you can extend this to have 4 different custom home posts, but for my demo, I'm keeping it simple and just using one. So what I've done is I've pre-saved the settings for that, and I'm going to come into here. I'll just clear that, load in my settings. So I've created the redirect URL where I'm going to send visitors when they land on the home post. Now these 2 features, the first one is going to hide the home label. I've already got these settings preloaded on these pages, so you don't quite see it. But normally the home post label, either home or something you've overridden, will show up here in the navigation. But since we're going to redirect to custom homes for the different users, there's not really much point in having a home post that they can't go to. So what this first option does is it will simply hide that label. It'll remove it from the navigation so that the standard home doesn't appear in the navigation. Now, the home post does actually still continue to exist. We know it's here, and we have to put our customizer code in it. But we don't want that to display while a user is being redirected to a custom home post. So this feature says hide the content from the actual home post while we're in the middle of redirecting to our custom home post. So if I copy this custom HTML, go to the real home post, remove everything that's there and replace it with a new configuration. and save progress so that it gets reflected. So this home post is left over from the previous view, but it's convenient because it lets us go back to the index page. Now watch what happens when I land on the index page. There it's blank, and there, poof, this demo user 1 got redirected to the level 1 home page. So now I have another user logged in over here, and this is, as you can see, this is the index or home page, which isn't actually there anymore according to the current configuration. But let's see what happens when demo user 2 tries to jump to the home page. This user goes to level 2, while this user goes to level 1. So that's how you can do a custom home page. And the other feature that I'm going to cover in this video is the remove banner box borders feature. So as it turns out, under some membership templates, a banner box has a little light gray border around it, which looks kind of strange if your banner content has its own border. For example, I've taken one of the Kartra advertising pictures and put it in as a banner. Having this extra gray border doesn't look very attractive, and that doesn't pop up in every membership template, but in some of them it does, and that can be very distracting. So you can turn that off, turn that border off by clicking this option and then installing the customization in the normal way. So this concludes the features for part 1. Come back to part 2 for the color customization.